We're not about to lose our cool. Love it or lose it.
Mike Ludbum's Sports, only on WZMQ 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, new details about a house fire in Delta County yesterday, the damage done to the house as investigators continue to search for the cause. Plus, a snowstorm is on the way. We have some driving safety tips and reminders from school bus drivers as kids could be waiting for their rides outside. And Marquette's big sled dog race is about 5 weeks away. We talked to a musher who's showing anyone can learn the sport no matter their age. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Not too much happening at the moment, but we've got a big snowstorm headed our way. So when does that all get started?
Those are great questions. We've got a lot of weather alerts. We've got this winter storm that is definitely going to be headed this way. National Weather Service meteorologists are actually pretty geeked about this situation that's coming. But weather alerts, look at this, Friday through Saturday covering the entire UP. There's a blizzard warning over here in Minnesota. I'll have the details about all that. And then so Friday to Saturday, we could see heavy, wet snow. It could be even blizzardy here in the Upper Peninsula at times. So just be aware and be prepared for some possibly hazardous driving conditions. Also, an Arctic blast is going to be moving into the UP. So enjoy these 20-degree temperatures. I'll have more for you after the break.
Thanks, Erin. With this severe weather on the way, it's of course important to check your car to be safe on the road. The Marquette Schools Transportation Department says making sure windows and lights are cleared of snow can help with visibility and being aware of your surroundings. It can be especially hard to see kids waiting for the bus in potential whiteout conditions. And above all else, slow down and keep your eyes on the road.
Make sure your coolant's all the way filled up because, you know, if you do get stranded, you know, you're not going to have a heat source. Not to mention, while you are driving, you know, you want that heater working correctly to keep those windows, you know, nice and clear, get the ice off them, keep the fog out. Visibility is a big thing.
For more information on winter driving tips, just check out WZMQ19.com. The UP 200 is inching its way here, and race organizers are feeling confident there will be enough snow for the races. Last year was the first time in race history that the Iditarod qualifier was canceled, and it was due to dangerous icy conditions. But of course, the new concern for this year is that there won't be enough snow. A UP Sled Dog Association official says the trails need at least 2 feet of heavy snow to be able to be groomed, and with the recent snowfall and impending snowstorm this weekend, they're pretty optimistic.
We have a new rule now in the UP 200, and that's no rain allowed in February. And we've had seasons where we've not had snow until into January. So it's not unusual to be sitting where we are now, and we expect that we'll just have a decent trail.
The UP Sled Dog Association won't be deciding on any cancellations until February. Sled dog racing is a sport that doesn't just take months of training, but years of it. WZMQ's Mitchell Rive shares the story of one musher preparing for the UP 200 weekend who's been training earlier than most.
A sled dog musher has a large responsibility not only to lead the fleet of dogs in front, but also to raise them to be the athletes they are.
Good boy.
Jucket Racing, a team built in Minnesota and led by 13-year-old Aubrey Jucket, will be training for the Midnight Run and racing their first 80-mile trail. For Aubrey and the team, this is going to be far from their first race. In fact, her and the pack have been training since she was 5 years old.
Since I was a baby, whenever we had the UP 200, I came up here and I really wanted to do it. I thought it was so cool. Nice job.
I'll be completely honest. I was like, Aubrey, you know, I really thought I was going to be a dance mom or like maybe, you know, Girl Scouts or, you know, something like that.
Since training her first Alaskan Husky brewer to her new lead dog, Charlie, she hasn't seen the end of her trail. And after building her team, she immediately started racing.
And it was the McMillan race. And I don't think they have it right now, but they did. And I got to do that, and I could see just over the handlebars.
The young sled dog team was mentored by other veterans of the sport, learning how to train endurance and utilizing the right diet for high-performance dogs.
You kind of see where your dog falls on your team, so they might start as a wheel dog and move up to be a leader.
Aubrey and the team are still hard at work training for the upcoming midnight run.
That's my next race, and then I have one after, and that's Copper Dog.
Good job, boys.
Mitchell Reif.
Have fun, Aubrey.
WZMQ 19 News.
We have new details tonight about a house fire in Delta County yesterday. Authorities say there were no injuries in that fire. This is what remains of that house in Perkins, just across the street from the Perkins store. The fire happened yesterday morning and temporarily closed the M35 intersection. Michigan State Police say all residents made it out of the house unharmed. Multiple fire departments responded to the blaze, including Escanaba Township, Masonville Township, and Baldwin Township. The cause of the fire has not yet been determined, but it does remain under investigation. The Dickinson County Library's main branch in Iron Mountain also had a small fire today. It started from an overhead light fixture in one of the staff rooms. The fire was detected quickly by library staff, and Iron Mountain Fire Department crews responded within just a few minutes. There were no injuries, and a few boxes of books that were damaged were headed for recycling anyway and not part of the library's main collection. An electrician has been called in to address the cause, and the library is staying open for regular hours. Developing now, the deadline to avert a government shutdown is now about a week away. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer announced today he plans to move forward with a short-term measure known as a continuing resolution to keep the government funded as lawmakers work to pass full-year spending bills. Some conservative lawmakers, especially in the House, are opposed to yet another short-term spending bill at current funding levels. Leader Schumer and House Speaker Mike Johnson reached an agreement on top-line funding levels last weekend. However, the conservative opposition to that agreement places Speaker Johnson in a tough spot again.
We're having thoughtful conversations about funding options and priorities. We had a cross-section of members in today. We'll continue having cross-sections of members in. And while those conversations are going on, I've made no commitments. So if you hear otherwise, it's just simply not true.
Right now, there are 30 or so hard-right Republicans in the House who labor under the illusion that they can bully everyone else into submission to get their narrow, hard-right agenda enacted into law.
Senator Schumer indicated today that members should be prepared to take the first procedural vote on the short-term measure next Tuesday. Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break. Plus, sports with Mike Lam. He has the scoop from NMU's men's basketball coach about their games over the next couple of days. And later, a good luck charm. Hear from the cashier that pulled the $2 million lottery winner for a woman in Gladstone.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to buy get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
Kiss the cold weather goodbye and embrace the warmth and fun of the Caribbean without leaving your couch. One Caribbean Television is your Caribbean connection. Whether you visit the Caribbean for fun or to renew family ties, One Caribbean Television keeps you informed 24/7. Get the latest news, weather forecasts, Caribbean entertainment, and carnival action. If you long for the fun and sun of the Caribbean, download our app now to watch One Caribbean Television on the go, live or on demand.
Come on down to Outdoor Man, where our camping department is intense.
Set it up in 30 seconds flat. And take it down even faster.
And we're always family friendly.
We found a bear cub in here. Been nice knowing you, Baxter.
Outdoor Man is open for business on Last Man Standing.
I'm Rachel Knapp. Watch my reports live from Washington, only on 19 News.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
Happy New Year from Shunk Marquette. It's January. Out with the old and in with the new.
There's thousands of items that we have to clear out to make room. There's clearance items in every department. There's big discounts on mattresses from Serta, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. And big savings on living room from Smith Brothers, Flexsteel, England, and La-Z-Boy. And there's huge savings in Amish dining room and bedroom. And reclining furniture, nobody gives you more choices than Shunk Furniture Marquette. Over 300 recliners in stock. Shop Shunks today.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasic.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully this storm is not a bust like the previous one, but you know what? It gave you time to bulk up and get prepared for what is ahead. So winter storm starting on Friday, going into our Saturday. We're expecting snow anywhere from 5 to 12 inches. I'll show you exactly. Some areas could see up to 24. So we might get 2 feet in a few areas. Wind is going to pick up coming out of the north up to about 55 miles an hour for some areas. We could see some downed, not broccoli, but trees, so possible power outages. And of course, expect that travel to be a little bit hazardous and maybe reduce visibility with the patchy blowing snow and very gusty winds. We have a storm warning on Lake Superior. This goes Friday into Saturday evening. And we also have freezing spray warning where they could be seeing 2 centimeters per hour of that heavy freezing spray on vessels. So make sure you are in port for Friday into Saturday. Lake Michigan, also winter storm warning down there. Just very gusty winds and big waves. Would not recommend going out. All right, winter alerts that we've got going on. The whole UP is pink, if that's your favorite color. Here we go. You'll love it. 6 to 12 inches pretty much for the northern portion of the UP, possibly 5 to 10 down south. The winds are expected to be around 40 miles an hour between Wisconsin into that southern portion of the UP. 55 for the northern half, especially along Lake Superior, and the north that goes until 7 p.m. on Saturday down south till about 6 Central Time on Saturday evening. And then also the Mitten, if you're headed down south, we've got some very hazardous weather down there. Baraga counties into the western portion of Marquette County, that higher train could see up to 24 inches. All right, right now though, just a light dusting gathering this evening. And then Friday morning, we could have a few more half inches of snow. And then by 4 o'clock, this is where it gets really colorful as we get into that evening later hour. Your commute, especially for the central and western portions there, could definitely be impacted by this storm that is expected to blow on through by 11 o'clock, maybe almost 5 inches in Marquette, close to 9.5 down in Menominee, and Iron Mountain with 7.6. This could also continue into our Saturday morning. And like I mentioned, Baraga to west of Marquette could see that heavier, more snowfall accumulation hanging out there. So let's get into what else is happening. We've got an Arctic blast as well as those strong winds pushing in. Right now, those lows expected to be in that 15 to 25 degree range. And then we'll take a look here at what we've been seeing the past couple of hours. Fairly clear and dry, but I'll have more for you in about 15 minutes.
Thanks, Air. Our 19 News Insights is on the way next. We're learning more about the benefits of donating blood from Aspirus Health.
I had a brain aneurysm in the year 2000 here. No one was going to hire someone that had a disability or whatever. I went through a program here at Goodwill well over 20 years ago, and they hired me as soon as I was able to come back to work. They hired many people with disabilities and stuff and get them back into the workforce. My favorite thing I work at Marquette Goodwill is just interacting with the people. It's great atmosphere here and great people here. Goodwill treats everyone really good, so it's like a second chance almost, I was going to say. It really gets you back on your feet.
Shop and donate to your local Goodwill.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkland Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkland Furniture in Houghton today.
The thing I love most about the team is we're actually a family.
I have people around me I can trust. I'm lucky.
They are light in the darkness.
The only thing we can rely on is each other.
NCIS, you remember us?
Yeah! Go, go, go! We'll fight all that darkness out there with joy. That's how we win.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Save over $1,400 for the first year. Call 855-231-7007. Spectrum Mobile includes nationwide 5G and the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line. Call 855-231-7007 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
BTV decodes the Andy Griffith Show.
It sure was slicker than a firehouse pole the way you took us all in.
That means you were very clever pulling a scheme on us. See if you could decode the Andy Griffith Show.
Weeknights at 8. You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
January is National Blood Donor Month. This is typically the time of year when blood banks need more donations. The American Red Cross even recently reported it has a critical need for blood nationwide. Joining us tonight from Aspirus Health to talk about becoming a blood donor is Christina Asiala. Christina, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me, Sarah.
Absolutely. So tell us about the critical need of blood donations here in the UP right now.
Yeah, so in the UP, we do have a critical need for all types of blood, but right now our largest need is for O blood. We actually have an emergency need right now for O donors, specifically O negative donors, because anybody can receive O negative blood. Right now, our UP hospitals, our shelves have a very limited supply of O negative blood, and if we don't get enough donations, our patients' treatments could be delayed.
Gotcha. Yeah, why is that so crucial for even just the well-being of the community that people are donating blood?
Every 2 seconds across the United States, somebody needs blood, and there is no artificial replacement of blood, which means that we need constant blood donations to provide medical treatment for our patients.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think sometimes we think about blood donations for like car crashes or something like that, but this is something that hospitals use a lot. Who's benefiting from blood donations?
There's plenty of people that need blood. It could be a little girl in the ICU or a mother who has stage 3 cancer. Both typically need blood for life-saving treatment. People in car accidents or any kind of accident in general need blood. Also, those undergoing surgery, whether it's a simple knee replacement or as complicated as open heart surgery, they also often emergently need blood.
Sure, and I know you said that there's a critical need for all types of blood. Are there any specific types that like you guys really need right now?
Yes, I would say O and actually A. O is the most commonly needed across the United States because anyone can get O blood. However, in the UP, A is the most common blood type among Finlanders, and we do have a lot of Finnish people in our Upper Peninsula. So if you are a type A or O, I would strongly encourage you to donate.
Interesting. I also read too that a lot of blood banks are in need of platelets right now. Can you explain that to us as well?
Yes, so platelets are only good for 5 days. So after you donate them, they have to go into the patient within 5 days. So when you donate, we can only use it in that short amount of time, and then we need another donor to donate again, whereas a bag of blood is good for 45 days.
Got it. Now, how can people make being a blood donor a regular commitment?
It's very easy. It only takes about 15 to 20 minutes of your time. There are actually 3 permanent donation centers in the UP, in Escanaba, Marquette, and in Houghton. There's also a bloodmobile that goes across the UP with donations at various sites. When you donate with the UP Regional Blood Center, your blood stays in the UP. With 1 donation, you could save up to 3 lives of your fellow UPers. I'm sure most of us can name a friend or a loved one who's needed blood in the past, but how many of us know somebody who donates blood regularly? It doesn't happen that often. So donating blood is a great way to give back, and we need blood donations to be able to continue to care for our friends and our family across the UP.
Sure. And finally, before we wrap up, where can people go to get more information about becoming a blood donor?
The UP Regional Blood Center, if you go to their Facebook webpage or the Facebook site or their webpage, both would have information. And as I said, they supply the blood to all of the UP hospitals. So anything that you donate with them would be going to one of our local UP hospitals.
Awesome. Well, Christina, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate your insight.
Thank you, Sarah.
Still ahead tonight, sports with Mike Lam. Westwood's Megan Marta commits to NMU's basketball program. Mike has her story on the way. And later, the cashier that pulled a winning $2 million lottery ticket at her Gladstone convenience store and what she had to say about the big winner. But first, here's your Upers United volunteer opportunity of the day. Another volunteer op for the annual ski jumping tournament at the UP Nordic Ski Complex coming up next week. The Ishpeming Ski Club is looking for hill markers during the trial round and rounds 1 and 2. Of course, keep in mind you'll be going up and down the slope, and you'll need to dress very warmly. To sign up to be a volunteer or check out other opportunities.
I'm Sophia Murphy at the Capitol in Lansing, only on WZMQ 19 News.
Last season on Ghosts, we've learned a thing or two about living with the dead.
Hell is mostly emails and Zooms that should have been emails.
There's one really big thing we're still dying to know.
Oh my God! What? I think one of the ghosts just left. What? Who?
Why they make us wait for answer?
It's called a cliffhanger, Thor.
Ghosts returns, part of CBS Premiere Week after Super Bowl 58 on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
When finances and plans for retirement come together, it's a beautiful sight. Join our experts in shaping your tomorrow today.
The Baxter Family Survival Guide.
Dad, you taught us to be self-sufficient.
And yet you're all still here. Expect the unexpected.
If you want money, maybe you should do what other people do.
Get my own reality show. Dad, I'm trying.
Learn to adapt.
You're gonna use a glass, right?
Fine, hand me the big one.
Last man standing.
PTSD isn't something that is just going to go away on its own.
Treatment works. It helps.
There's no shame in treatment.
Just do it. Your world will be so different afterwards.
It's a warrior sickness. It's not a coward sickness.
Never too late.
I guarantee you it'll help you.
It will change your life.
It turned my life around.
You can find peace.
I never thought I could feel this good.
Walk through those doors, take the step.
Go get help. It's the best and bravest thing you could ever do. Treatment works.
You're watching home to CBS Mornings, WZMQ 19. Good evening, everyone. Michaela Kuhn is trying to become the all-time leading scorer in NMU women's basketball history. Kuhn scored 6 points in the first half tonight at home against Lake Superior State and now has a total of 1,697 points. This soon will surpass the mark of 1,699 points set by now Escanaba High School teacher Lisa Jamila Mackey about 30 years ago. The Wildcats have a 36-24 lead over the Lakers. A ceremony will take place after the game for Kuhn's should-be achievement and before the men's contest. Speaking of that, head coach Matt Makerzak says it's a big week since the Lakers are playing well, and Saturday's opponent, probably the top team in the region, Ferris State, also makes for a tough 3 days.
The battles we've had with both these guys over the years have always been the opposite of fun for me. I've hated every moment of it. I despise coaching against these two teams in every way. It's zero joy. But then when it gets done and you win, it's really fun. And when you lose, it's frustrating, but it also makes you go, all right, we got to get better.
The men's contest should begin around 7:30. We'll have highlights of both on your WZMQ 19, 11 o'clock news. Turning to the GLIAC scoreboard, both games at halftime. NMU, a 23-10 advantage in the second quarter, took a 36-24 lead, as I mentioned, over the Lakers. And Ferris State has an 11-point lead over Michigan Tech, 36-25. We also hope to have Huskies highlights on your 11 o'clock news. Westwood High School basketball senior Megan Marta has signed a national letter of intent to continue her career at NMU. Marta is a 5'8" senior guard for the Patriots. She's averaging more than 17 points and about 6 rebounds per game so far this season. Marta was a second-team player on the Upper Peninsula Sports Writers and Sportscasters Association Division 1 through 3 team in 2023. Marta has been a first-team Westpac All-Conference player in softball and a second-team All-Conference volleyball player in the Westpac. Next year at this time, she'll be with Coach Casey Thousand and the Wildcats. The Northern Michigan women's wrestling team has canceled its duel with Alma College that was scheduled for tomorrow afternoon due to the impending weather conditions. The two schools will look to reschedule the meet for the first week of February. The Wildcats are still trying to get to Lakeland College in Wisconsin for a competition on Saturday. And Sarah, we also want to congratulate Houghton High School golfer Marino Pisani. He will continue his golfing career at Lake Superior State next fall.
Excellent. Well, good for him. Thank you very much, Mike. A Delta County woman recently won a $2 million Michigan lottery prize. And while she is choosing to remain anonymous, WZMQ's Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons spoke with the cashier who sold her that winning ticket.
Justine Rochon has been a cashier at North Bluff Grocery for nearly 4 years, but December 17th, 2023 was one day at work she'll never forget.
The very beginning of my shift, I had been here for just about a half an hour.
That's when one of her regular customers approached the register.
She came in and had a daily coupon to cash in and told me to pick out any $20 ticket. So I was like, all right, well, let's try this one. It's brand new. And I just didn't even think about it. I just kind of grabbed.
The customer decided to scratch the ticket when she got home.
Before she left, I had actually told her it's a $2 million max prize, and I said, you have to go to Lansing for that one. And I said, but well worth the trip.
Not realizing it was a trip she'd soon be taking.
She came back in 20 minutes later and was like, oh my God, I need you to scan this. You won't believe it.
A winning ticket, one Rochon says was well-deserved.
She was just ecstatic, and I was just floored for her. She's a great person, so it was just that made it even better.
Since the big win, Rochon has seen a boost in lotto ticket sales, with some players using her as a good luck charm.
I have had a number of customers since then going, just pick me out any ticket. And I would love to do that again for anyone. That's just amazing to have happen as it was.
The winner chose to accept her earnings as a one-time lump sum payment of about $1.3 million, which she'll use to pay bills and invest. Rochon says she has nothing but well wishes for her lucky customer.
Enjoy life. I think she's going to do well with it and be smart, so I'm glad for her.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Gladstone.
How cool is that? Well, the whole UP is about to be a winner this weekend. We have a big snow event headed our way soon.
Tonight, inflation has spiked more than expected. What's behind the surge? Then, an Arctic blast is hitting much of the U.S. See where records could be broken, and the strain that an influx of migrants is having on America's largest school district on the CBS Evening News.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. blazed the trail for civil rights. Monday, he'll be honored for his leadership. I'm Sarah Blakely. WZMQ 19 is proud to present MLK The Dream Lives On. This special program includes excerpts from Dr. King's timeless I Have a Dream speech and inspiring stories that will touch your heart and bring Dr. King's message and legacy to life. Join us Monday, January 15th at 7/6 Central. MLK The Dream Lives On, only on 19 News.
Buckles Party Store, it's where the party starts in Calumet with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brew beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckles Party Store in Calumet, it's where the party starts for everyone.
Okay.
Getting ready, we all have our routine. Finding an outfit. Fixing your hair. And all the other little touches. Gum, check. Keys, check. Phone, check. But of all the things you remember to bring with you, naloxone could be the most important. It can reverse an opioid overdose. You can get it without a prescription in most states, and it's really easy to use. If you or someone you know is at risk for opioid overdose, naloxone could save their life. Keep it on you and at home. For more information about naloxone, visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
All right, friends, our winter alerts. The party starts down south first in the morning and goes up north in the afternoon. This continues from Friday into our Saturday. We could see a lot of snow, a lot of big winds. Right now, our temperatures in that 20-degree range for the majority of us. And then tomorrow will probably be in that same range, 20 to 30. Some of us could see some low teens. So I mentioned those winds really picking up. Check it out. Around 51 miles an hour expected on the bridge there by 8 o'clock. It's going to be very hazardous travel expected. 7-day outlook for Marquette. Our temps are dropping this weekend.
Thank you very much, Ariane. That's it for tonight. We'll see you back here at 11:10 Central. Have a great evening.